What's going on, everyone? This is Austin Doctor, and welcome back to Anime Sunday. And let me just start off saying everything was really good this week. Honestly, there's no major complaints, and the only complaint was Darling the Franxx for me. But yeah, I'm not going to be including Alice or Alice or Love to Lie or My Sweet Tyrant in this one. That is actually in Short Anime Friday. If you do want to check that out, do check that out, and do make sure you hit that sub button and hit that bell. You know, I'm kidding about the bell. You don't have to hit the bell, but yeah, let's get to the first thing first. Tokyo Ghoul Re. That episode actually was pretty good. And I'm not usually a big fan because after what they did to Tokyo Ghoul previously, but it was good. Honestly, I'm going to call him Ken. I don't care. You can call him whatever you want, but I'm calling him Ken because I refuse to call him by the other name. But he finally met Toka, and I was just like, damn. That hit me right in the heart because he's like, she's the most beautiful thing I've seen, basically. That he didn't say that word from word because I know people want to correct me word from word, but basically that's what happened. Then we, of course, the next one was good old, what would we call it, High School DxD. That was a good recap episode. My single review is actually up there, and if you do want to check it out, do check it out. I did like that it had a recap episode because it's been 4 years, and it fixed everything that TNK did wrong, and Passion, good on you. That was a very good episode. Then good old Comic Girls. It was a wonderful episode. I love how first they went around and kind of the girl that is like a boy kind of just starts talking about how she made a book. Then the girls feel obligated to go buy her book. Then they have their first day in school, and 3 of them were in the same class besides the blonde, one a different. As I said, it's going to take a little bit for me to get their names correctly, but it was just a feel-good anime, and that's, honestly, it's just like a good old, what do you call it? What's the anime previously? Slow Start. It's just a feel-good anime, and I can't complain. Then, of course, we have good old Hinamatsuri, and that second episode was, that was hilarious. I just love the little fight between her and her friend, and just, that anime actually surprised me. I started to pick it up finally, and just, I couldn't stop laughing because basically the guy said, if you keep doing this, I'll get your favorite food. And she won, and it was 10 out of 10, honestly. And then, of course, we have My Hero Academia. I don't know what they were thinking starting with that other episode, but this episode, the second episode, is what they should have started with because it was good. This is what I was waiting for My Hero Academia to come with. And good lord, I loved it. Especially we had a little fan service in it too. I was just a little surprised. I'm like, whoa. But Deku got nailed in the nuts, and I just found it hilarious. And it seems that this arc is going to be a good one, and they kind of have redeemed themselves because I got really worried in the beginning that they were going to just go the cocky way of anime, and you know how that goes. But I'm going to leave Darling the Franxx towards the end because I do want to talk a little more about it. But let's talk about Sword Art Online GGO Alternative. That was really good. We finally got the backstory of Leanne, even though I already knew it because I played the app, the SAO Memory Defragment app. But I love when she hits her head on a sign because I do that sometimes because being tall is a very big issue sometimes. And people are like, I want to be tall. No, you don't. Your knees hurt. You hit things you didn't think you'd ever hit. And in all honesty, that episode captured that pretty well. And there's no complaints about that. I love that we finally got to meet Pito, and my god, I loved her in Fatal Bullet. She is one of my favorite characters, especially that she's really over-the-top crazy, and I can't wait to learn more about her, and this anime so far has been very good. Now, let's get to the really depressing part. Darling and the Franxx. As you know, people already saw my review with Darling and the Franxx. It was just awful. I'm just going to put it brute and simple. I'm going to be making another video talking about episode 11, 12, and 14. And I'm going to try to go in depth as possible with this in Anime Sunday. But it seems that whoever's writing these episodes, 11, 12, and 14, that writer really honestly needs to just be put in the back and not allowed to write anything anymore because, well, for the series, and just the backlash and everything, I understand where a lot of people are coming from because it was awful. And you can defend what happened to Zero Two as much as possible, but it went over the top. And the fact that Hiro wasn't even Hiro and Goro was the hero of this, it bothers me. And Ichigo deserves all the hate she's getting, honestly. Being real, death to Ichigo at this point. But it's sad this writer is so bad that he had to pin it on one character, even though, he pinned it on two characters, because, in all honesty, as much as I love Hiro, it was the biggest issue was Hiro, that he didn't fight back. And the issue with this episode is Zero Two didn't even bother to fight back this entire episode, which I don't get. And yes, you can argue maybe the whole trauma that would happen and she realizing all this and stuff. But normally when that happens to either of them, they still pull through with being like the hero or the big person trying to get their way. And I don't know what happened. It was just really poorly done. I get where the point they were trying to come for with the drama, but forced drama isn't good drama, and this is what it was. And as people were talking about in the thing, it's just, they need to rectify what they did in the next episode, even though they won't. It's going to be a little bit, and they're going to go repeating the formula that they had in the first season. And what they did to Zero Two is just really awful. It really is. And my theories are, I know some people actually want to hear this. I do theories every 3 episodes, if you're wondering if you're new here, but just, I feel Zero Two isn't going to want to pilot anymore, because you've taken everything away from her, and her only thing away from her, which is Hiro. And she did talk to herself, this is my punishment. But I couldn't help to feel like really bad, because this punishment was way over the top. And how would I do this episode? Well, instead of Ichigo holding back Hiro, I would have Hiro run to it, but get tackled by the guards. Because Ichigo, they really did Ichigo wrong in this episode. And I'm not defending Ichigo, but what they did is made Ichigo a hateable character, even more so. And there's witch hunts going on everywhere for Ichigo fans, and it's right. It's just self-right. You can do that, because it was just poorly done. That's the premise of everything. You don't switch a character from being a very nice, sweet character and feeling kind of lovey-dovey because they finally found their person, into a person that's just weak. That literally he can't stand up, or she doesn't do anything. And it's just, I can't understand why they did it, because it feels that they shot themselves in the foot. And I'm going to be completely honest, I think if they focused a little more on the romance and they got rid of that writer, this anime might be a lot better. And I would have put this above every anime I've watched if it wasn't for this episode. And I know, you're already complaining about one episode. Well, in reality, all the present episodes, that doesn't include episode 13, were just awful. They have been not received well, and having a streak of 3 bad episodes in a row isn't good for an anime. I mean, people are canceling their pre-orders for the first volume. People are bashing the writers. People are hunting Ichigo lovers down. And it's a mess. And they've dug themselves into a deep hole that is going to be a painful thing to get out of. And do I think they deserve it? I don't think everyone deserves it. I think more of the writer that wrote that episode needs to come out and apologize. And people want a redo of this episode, and as much as I would love that, they're not going to do it. And I'm going to try to think of the silver lining. Let's just try to think of the silver lining. Even though my favorite singer has a good song about fuck a silver lining. But, we can't all have that. But this could be setting up for a very good romantic scene when they finally realize that they need each other. Because in all reality, Hiro and Zero Two really do need each other, because it's the blue Oni and the red Oni. As much as people would love to argue that isn't the truth, but that's what I see. And the thing that pisses me off is we keep hearing about how Hiro is going to transform. He's going to transform. He's going to transform. When is he? It's starting to get a little annoying, guys. But my theory is Hiro is going to transform when Ichigo forces him to ride with her one time, and he's going to... Let me split this into two parts. I hope he turns into a blue Oni, sucks the life out of her, and kills her. I think that would be the best way to redeem what happened the last episode. And the other one is he's going to do that, overpower her, be able to pilot the Franxx by himself, go to 02, and basically break out of that good old Franxx and go to 02. But I don't think this is going to happen in one episode. If it's going to, it's going to be towards the end, as someone said. And good lord, guys, I just really love when you comment, because it just makes me feel happy that I'm not the only person that's pissed about this episode. And I know I've been going on and on about this episode, but do make sure you check out that video. I think I'm going to put it on Monday, about what's going on with Darling the Franxx and what went wrong. I don't know the title yet, but do wait for that video. I will have that coming out. But thank you guys, as always. Have a wonderful day. And what did you think about this week? What was your favorite episode of the week? Mine personally was probably, I have to say, My Hero Academia. But as always, guys, have a wonderful day. As I said before, I will see you until the next time. This is Austin Doctor signing out. Peace.